YouTubers when somebody hasn't been exposed for being weird in a week. I'm saying about what Dr. Disrespect. I think Dream has some allegations. Chris now too. What else? EDP. Alright, EDP's old, but bro, all these random YouTubers just popping out. It's like talking to minors, but what's up with these YouTubers and liking minors, dude?
Well guys, this is getting really tiring. It genuinely seems like every week we are talking about a new content creator or a new influencer who is a giant creep who should not have a platform. It's like clockwork. We just talked about Cody Ko. We just talked about Dr. Diddler. Not too long ago we were dealing with that vegan teacher fiasco, and now we've got this. Over the last week or so, AVA KRIS TYSON, the member of the Mr. Beast team, has been outed for having a very creepy past on social media, and furthermore potentially having an inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old. Now, dude,
a 13-year-old? I was saying at least, not even at least, but I thought it was like 15 or 16. 13? This is a grown man talking to a 13-year-old. Oh, that's so disgusting, yo. That's so, bro, dude. Bro, a 13-year-old? Come on, dude. Like, where do people, like, I guess a lot of people just throw their self-respect out the window or something, bro. A 13-year-old?
due to the nature of what we're going to be talking about in this video and the tweets and interactions.
Like, I'm generally don't think, like, how hard is it to just not talk to a minor for these people, bro? Like, is it that hard that you just can't talk to people your age? What is their, like, why do they just gravitate towards minors, dude?
We're going to be looking at, we're going to be tiptoeing a little bit, okay? Not to bring this up again, because I feel like it is literally all I've been talking about for the last week, but I did just receive a community guideline strike for a bullshit reason, so don't really feel like saying the wrong word and getting slapped by another one. Normally, I would not be like this, but every time you get hit with one of those community guideline strikes, your YouTube censorship mindset kind of comes back, and
Yep, he ain't lying. I got hit with a mug a couple times.
You're kind of scared for a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna try and not leave out any of your thinking.
Let's get back to the...
So this situation has been blowing up absolutely everywhere over the last week or so, and it all stemmed from a video made about a month ago by a YouTuber named Prism42, who did sort of a deep dive into Ava's Twitter and found a lot of concerning stuff. Now there are some things he says in his video that I don't really agree with. He speculates about some things which I think is not very productive, especially when there's this much actual stuff already out there that he's
right
found, stuff that we don't really need to speculate about. He brings up a lot of finds in that video that are pretty concerning, and they are things that Ava needs to address.
If y'all don't know, basically we talking about the little Chris situation, the Chris from Mr. Beast. Supposedly, bro, he did some bad things, bro. He out here talking to a 13-year-old, like 1-3, like I'm talking, what is that, 8th grade, and Chris is like, in his, bro, I don't know how old he is, but he looked pretty old. So, Chris, you deserve to be, locked up, in my opinion. You deserve to be locked up.
Immediately. Now, if you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, AVA KRIS TYSON is a member of the YouTube channel Mr. Beast. If you don't know who Mr. Beast is, well then welcome to YouTube. Probably not the best video to start off with, but hey, you're here, might as well stick around. Now Ava or Chris, I honestly don't know what they go by now. They have both names in their Twitter, so I'm just gonna stick with the first one. Has been a member of the Mr. Beast channel for a long time. They've been a staple member of the channel ever since Mr. Beast
one of the OG members of the Mr. Beast channel, bro. Back when I used to watch Mr. Beast heavy, he was one of my favorites, bro. Chandler always been my favorite, #1 though.
Started to rise to fame, and to this day they are featured in most of Mr. Beast's videos. And recently, it has been discovered that AVA KRIS TYSON has a pretty peculiar interest in a certain kind of artwork. In Prism42's video, he pulls up many tweets and many screenshots, some of which we will be looking at today, where Ava outwardly expresses their support for a certain online artist. Now, just to be super duper safe, I'm not going to be naming this artist directly, don't want you YouTube to give me the smackdown, but he's a pretty infamous online artist who is known for his explicit art of popular pop culture characters, some of which are not legal to make such art of. And this genre seems to be what AVA
Wait, is he referring to like...
had the most interesting.
What the freak? I did not know YouTube could do that. Put it on 2 times speed. I didn't know you could put a video on 2 times speed by holding space, yo. Okay, but yeah, wait, what do you mean illegal? Is he referring to like minors? Does an artist draw minors or something?
But he's a pretty infamous online artist who is known for his explicit art of popular pop culture characters, some of which are not legal to make such art of. And this genre seems to be what AVA had the most interest in. Hopefully, you are picking up what I'm putting down. I'm putting it down pretty fucking heavy here, I feel like, so I'm gonna assume we're all on the same page. Now, you might be wondering, why are people saying this? Because this kind of accusation, saying a person is into this kind of stuff, is heavy shit. It's about as degenerate as you can get, and there's only so much worse you can say about a person. Well, the reason is that AVA made it really fucking easy. People have found countless tweets of AVA interacting with this kind of art and the artist to an extent that cannot be looked past as some sort of edgy joke or some person just being a dumbass on the internet. The interactions we're going to look at today cannot be ignored, and AVA needs to address this immediately. Now, would addressing this in any way really make it better? Not really, and you're gonna see why, but answers still need to be given. So real quick, some more background on this artist to really help illustrate why it's such a big deal that AVA is a supporter and viewer of this guy. So not only does he make this kind of art where the subject is fictional characters, he's also done it where the subjects are real people. There were times where he made this kind of art of Keemstar's daughter, a Spanish child actress, and these were not like unheard of events. The people who follow this guy, the people who support him, they likely knew about these things happening. But even if they didn't, it doesn't really make anything a whole lot better. Now, from my understanding, this is the tweet that people saw that had people start to put all of this together. It's a tweet that AVA put out.
This is coming from the guy who owns a, whatever that is, drawing, and has it as a centerpiece in his living room. What is he
saying
talking
this is coming from the guy who owns and he adds the artist name, drawing, and has it as a centerpiece in his living room. He then followed that tweet up by saying bonus fidget spinners to really throw in some extra autism. He adds the artist again, and he includes a picture that shows a print he bought from this artist that depicts a child. Now, if you're a fucking freak, I guess, like some of the people I've seen on the internet over the last couple of days, you could argue, sure, that somebody might buy something like this ironically, I guess, if you're in denial. However, would they hang something like this in their home, ironically? I think that's unlikely, and from some screenshots that have surfaced from old Mr. Beast videos, that was the case. A depiction of a child in this manner hung in Ava's home. Now, honestly, in my opinion, that in and of itself is enough to throw up the biggest fucking red flag imaginable and seriously question who this person is. But unfortunately, that's not even really scratching the surface. So presumably, after these people found out that AVA was proudly displaying this kind of artwork in their residence, which I want to point out something that I haven't really heard anybody else say. Like I said, this was discovered because you can see it in a Mr. Beast video, because they were filming in Ava's house, I guess, which means that everybody who was part of that video or ever went to Ava's house had to have seen this shit. If you're in a healthy friend group, your friends should bully you into taking something like that off of your wall. Bare minimum. The fact that this was on Ava's wall and nobody had enough of an issue to the point where it made it into a YouTube video, yeah, I think it's fair to say that this whole fucking group is a little bit suspect. But like I said, looking at this tweet is really just the beginning. Here's another one where somebody is sharing this artist artwork, and it's a depiction of Caillou, the cartoon 4-year-old, in this guy's signature style, we can say. And in response to seeing this, AVA tweeted out, "Help, I need an adult." Now this...
Did I just hear that correctly? Caillou? No. Yo, what? Caillou? Caillou? No, I literally can't see Chris the same, bro. I literally can't see Chris the same, yo. No, that's low. I'm not gonna lie, that's low.
This is a pretty vague tweet. I feel this could be a negative reaction, but I can also read this in a way that it's not. I think that alone is a bad thing. In response to seeing a picture like this, yeah, there should be no question about what your reaction is. It's Caillou! Here's him interacting with the tweet that depicts artwork of Dipper and Mabel Falls.
Chris, whatever you want to call yourself, Tyson. Chris Tyson, dude. Dipper and Mabel, aren't they what, 12? 12? They're twins, so at that point, it's just... Please don't tell me he says what I think he did, bro.
From the children's TV show Gravity Falls.
Please don't tell me it's what I think he just said, yo. Please don't tell me that's what I think it is, yo. They're twins, so at that point, it's just...
Where he said,
Chris, who let this man on the internet for this long? Who let this man on the internet? Who let him slide this long? No, I'm actually like curious. Who let Chris slide with all this for all this time, bro?
Since they're twins, it's basically just like playing with yourself, right? I mean, these are not one-off occurrences. There are many, many tweets like this. Here's him calling Violet from The Incredibles cute. Violet from The Incredibles is 14. The last one we'll look at and
Chris, bro. Chris, you were dug a hole for yourself. You dug a hole for yourself, bro. You know that?
maybe one of the most damning, is a tweet of him interacting with this
What is this and why do people keep sending me this? Please.
artist directly. Now, without context, you might not understand what's going on here. Yeah. I didn't either. But this artist makes a tweet where he posts a picture of an anime character, and he says, "What is this, and why do people keep sending me this?" Okay. Now, after looking into some of these videos, apparently this is an anime character from an anime where this girl that's depicted right here turns from a 17-year-old into a 10-year-old. So, given this guy's, quote, art...
Wait, into a what?
Depicted right here, turns from a 17-year-old into a 10-year-old. So,
into a 10-year-old? A 10-year-old?
Given this guy's, quote, art style, I'm sure you can imagine the answer to this guy's question.
This dude made stuff for a 10-year-old, bro. A 10-year-old?
As to why people keep sending him this anime character. Why is this important? Well, because Ava responded to this tweet by saying, please insert artist name, please.
Chris is asking an artist that draws that explicit stuff to draw this 10-year-old anime character. He's saying please, please, so he can draw the character. Chris, bro. That's not even bro. Chris.
Holy shit, what is wrong with people? Now, unfortunately, that's not even all of the tweets. We could keep going, but I don't think I'm going to. I feel like you kinda get a grasp on the situation. Don't really need to beat a dead horse. Now, one thing I want to mention that I think is super important here is that Ava was an adult during all of this. This was no edgy teenager phase or a kid saying stupid shit on the internet. These were the actions of somebody in their 20s. This is unbelievably weird behavior, and it's indicative of some very, very bad things. And the fact that nobody on the Mr. Beast crew ever said anything or anything like that is also pretty weird. I'm not gonna sit here and speculate about anything, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. Like I said, that poster hanging up in Ava's house was obviously a non-issue enough to these guys that it was able to make it into a YouTube video, so I mean, that's something I don't think we can forget. Now, there is one more thing that I want to mention. It's not something I'm gonna go into depth about. With this all surfacing, there has been more digging, and apparently, it looks like right now that Ava was entertaining an inappropriate relationship with a minor. I brought this up at the beginning, and I'm not really gonna be talking about it a whole lot for two reasons. One, I'm about to board a flight. I am recording this the night prior to it coming out. I don't really have enough time to research this to feel comfortable talking about it. And two, one of the few things that I have seen is that the person who was in this inappropriate
These videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Can you do me a favor and comment on these videos and tell them stop spreading lies? This situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online. I'm not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos at all. Okay.
Relationship supposedly has come out and said that nothing happened and has requested people don't talk about this. Now that kind of response could be the result of a grooming situation, or it could be a genuine.
That's exactly what came to my mind when I said okay. That's exactly what came to my mind. Chris probably got this dude.
Statement. I don't know. I don't think any of us can speak on this guy's behalf, so I'm not going to. But I did bring that up in the beginning, so I wanted to circle back to it. That is definitely another important layer to this whole thing. I don't know what the next step for the Mr. Beast crew should be, but ignoring this and not addressing anything is definitely not it. Right. Well, guys, what do you think? Why do you think that these situations keep popping up left and right? I mean, it's genuinely concerning. I feel like we used to hear about stuff like this pretty often.
No, but that's actually crazy though. Chris, dude, you don't fell low. I'm not gonna lie, Chris, you fell low. You fell real low, Chris. You fell real low, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You can't even recover from that. Lock this man up. Lock this man up, bro. That's all I'm saying. Lock this man up. That's just all I'm gonna say, bro. This dude gotta be locked up, bro. And if y'all think I'm wrong, for saying this man needs to be locked up for I can name anything from this video they can lock him up for. Asking an artist who draws explicit stuff to draw something for a 10-year-old. Lock this man up. Chris, you deserve to be locked up. I'm not gonna lie.